everybody, I'm Ashley Sweeney, registered dietitian and Beachbody coach, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the Hammer and Chisel and walk you through getting started. So if you ordered a challenge pack, then you ordered the entire program, you ordered a month's supply of Shakeology, and you got access to Beachbody On Demand for 30 days. And with that program also comes your color-coded containers and your Shakeology shaker cup, which is awesome. So let me just kind of walk you through some of these things real quick. Now, if you have Beachbody On Demand or trial to Beachbody On Demand, make sure you take advantage of it. Log into teambeachbody.com and then go to Beachbody On Demand, and it'll be right there, and you'll have access to all of this virtually and digitally, as well as all the workout streaming, as well as thousands of other workouts in case you want to mix things up. And then in your program, you also got this nice little box that has everything in it that you need. So you have your set of workouts, which are on two different packages, kind of. You have your Chisel ones with Autumn, and then you have your Hammer ones with Soggy. And there are a few different DVDs in each of these, so make sure you look through those. Then you have your calendar. So you want to make sure to use your calendar wisely and follow it. And then if you log into Team Beachbody also, if you go to Get Fit workout sheets, there will be the printable, downloadable schedule, as well as the sheets that you can use to track what you're doing in the gym or in your workout area, with what weights you're using, what number of reps you're doing, and just to be able to track your progress that way. So make sure to do that. And then you want to start going through the program nutrition guide, and you want to start with the quiz, the nutrition quiz in the beginning, to figure out what bracket you should fall in. Now that bracket will tell you how many of each containers you should be eating throughout the day. So what that means is you're going to look at your containers. Now your greens are your vegetables, purples are your fruits, reds are your proteins, yellows are your carbs, blues are your fats and cheeses and nuts, and then orange is your seeds and dressings mostly. So you are going to look at your program guide and what foods are supposed to go in each of those, and then what level of the plan you're supposed to be in, and that's based on the nutrition quiz that you take in the program guide. So let's say you get put in plan A, which is the lowest plan, and that just means you don't need as much calories. You're going to have 3 greens per day. That means 3 vegetables. So let's just break that down and maybe say you have some carrots for a snack, you have a little salad with lunch, and then at dinner you have steamed broccoli. There are your 3 greens. And you have 4 reds. That's going to be maybe a Shakeology in the morning, 2 hard-boiled eggs will count as 1, maybe a piece of chicken with lunch, and then with dinner maybe you have like ground turkey. There are your 4 reds throughout the day. So you aren't having these all at once, you're spreading them out throughout the day. And again, this might take a little bit of time to figure out, get used to, but you will get used to it and it will come much easier. Hammer and Chisel didn't come with a ton of recipes, but all of the 21-day fix recipes can be used for a Hammer and Chisel since they use the containers. So you can search on Pinterest. Search on Pinterest for 21-day fix or fix extreme recipes, or you can get the Fix 8 cookbook. There's 101 recipes in that cookbook, and they're all great. So you might want to consider doing that if you feel a little stuck with like trying new recipes and stuff like that. So the containers, yes, it's pretty strict with what you're supposed to be eating, but if you feel like you're really hungry still throughout the day, you want to add an extra red and extra green. And if you're feeling like really tired still, maybe add an extra blue or extra purple. And there's a range within those brackets. So I just want you to know you don't have to be 100% perfect every day to still be following it pretty well. The plan B, for example, the range is 1,500 to 1,800 calories. So everybody who follows this plan is not going to be eating exactly 1,500 calories if they are following plan B. There's going to be some wiggle room in there. So I'm just saying that because sometimes people get too hung up on being perfect with the containers, and then I think it stresses you out too much, which raises your cortisol levels, which helps you not lose weight, and it turns people off from doing the program entirely instead of just making a few little modifications. So a few modifications that I have learned from doing this myself and helping others go through the program is that if every once in a while you want to swap and do 2 blues instead of a blue and an orange, you can do that. Also, sometimes, since I used to be a vegetarian for like 12 years, we eat a lot of meatless meals. And so if I am having an entire vegetarian meal, I will count beans and lentils as my red for those meals. Now, if you are vegetarian or vegan, there are specific ways you can modify the program to make it, more friendly for you. And so you just want to do a little bit more digging about that. But it includes things like counting your reds as your beans, which normally would be a yellow. But if you were going to eat an all meatless meal, then I think it's perfectly acceptable as a dietitian to count your beans and your lentils as a red. So those are just some little things that I've learned along the way. And then as you're going out to eat, it's just not really realistic to bring your containers with you, though I've seen some people doing it. What I would recommend instead is just doing your best to eyeball and doing your best to judge how big those servings are. And that will come easier with time, but I just recommend making the best choice possible while you're out. Really looking at the menu beforehand, kind of getting a study for it with looking online at their nutrition at the website for whatever recipe you're going to, or what restaurant you're going to. And then kind of just judge it. If it's a salad or if it's a cooked entree, just try to estimate about how many portions it would be and just be okay with it. Don't stress about it so much. Again, when people stress about it too much, they end up kicking them off track so far that they end up getting frustrated with the program. And then I really do recommend getting Shakeology for one of your reds, because especially if you're going up to some of the higher brackets, the red is a great source of protein, and it's also considered your vitamins and minerals for the day, and pre and probiotics, and it just makes it so one less meal you have to really think about. So it takes a little bit of time to do some planning and prepping ahead of time for your week with Hammer and Chisel, but make sure to use some of the resources I talked about here. And then I also have a printable shopping list or printable food list you can use, and then also a tracker that I use. And I put my tracker sheet in a sheet protector and put it on my fridge. Some people use apps that they download, and you can download the 21 Day Fix app to track your containers. Either one will work. Just make sure you're tracking your containers somehow throughout the day. If you have questions, let me know. AshleySweeneyRD@gmail.com, or send me a message on Facebook. It's facebook.com/ashley.sweeney.nutrition, and I'll talk to you soon.